welcome back to Nikki Nights. It's been a minute. I hope you've all been having a fun July. Um, I have been singing a lot, so I'm a little hoarse today, but you know. So it's been an interesting summer, you guys. We all know this. We've all been going through it together, but today I'm really, really excited because I get to have like a co-host, somebody who's actually interviewed me recently, and Neonna is here, and we're going to bring her in. I had a lovely interview with her a couple months, about a month or so ago, month and a half ago, and she is going to co-host this very special, I guess, beginning of end of summer episode for you. So let's bring in my friend Neonna. How you doing?
I'm good. It's so good to see your
It's
face.
good to see your face too. It's
So cool.
so welcome to my blue room, my Smurf walls.
Welcome to my kitchen.
I
Welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm happy to have you in my home.
Thank you for having me. I know. It's so funny. I feel like we've all, during the pandemic, I feel like so many people or like friends have gotten to really see how each other live, like in their apartment, like their little things that they have around. Cause like
Yeah.
I'll be FaceTiming with friends and I'll see like there's like, my friends will have their little candles that they love around. What's like one thing that you have to have around during the pandemic right now that's keeping you like,
Oh God. For me, it's actually I'm a candle person. I would say I like to have my candles. I love that. And then it's also like snacks. I have specific quarantine snacks that are like must-haves. Like I gotta have my chocolate chip cookies. I like to bake them. I like that big log that you can buy from the store. Those are the ones I like. I like to slice them up. I gotta have my chocolate chip cookies and my ice cream. Gotta have my ice cream on deck. Those are like my two quarantine like go-tos. And then just having nice candles. Just I don't know. I like for my home to be my sanctuary. So when I come home, I like to be at peace. I like to light my candles. Just me here. I like to relax. I have my certain shows that I watch. I have my quarantine shows. You know how it is. I have my whole playlist ready to go.
I've been so there has been a band that has been getting me through this quarantine. They're called Avenue Beat, and they've recorded like quarantine covers of some of my favorite songs, and their voices are just so soothing. So that mixed with like my Diet Peach and my backyard relaxation, that's what I've
Yeah.
been
That's awesome. No, that's awesome, Nikki. So what have you been doing like as far as while you've kind of been away? Because you haven't really been on social media in like the last 2 months. So what's been keeping you like entertained, motivated, keeping the creative juices flowing? Like what have you been up to these past couple of months?
You know what? It's funny. Since I kind of went off socials, I find that I'm more creative than ever. I'm like writing more. And it's like not just one thing, it's different things. And I find that I'm using my time that maybe I was using to like click or whatever, or, peruse the internet before. Now that I don't have those apps on my phone, I'm not there's nothing to go to. And I'm really also learning, the people that are there. Like you have texted me and you've reached out, and I've gotten such lovely messages from friends who I guess have realized that I haven't been on social media,
Yeah.
and they've just sent such kind messages of just love and support, and like, and when I get a text message from somebody like you, and it just means a lot. So, but it's
Aw.
been a really it's been an interesting summer. It's been a very reflective summer, I
Mm.
think, for me. And I think that's what really led to me saying I need to just do me for a minute and take a break off the socials and focus on, what's ahead
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I feel like everyone, I feel like at right now we're just in this reflexive state because we kind of don't have a choice. I mean, you can't really go out, you can't really hang out the way you used to, you can't really be in social settings the way you used to. So what are you left to do except, be at home and hopefully use this time, use this time that we have wisely in order to better yourself so that once this quarantine is over and we're able to come back together, we've taken that time to now reflect. We understand some things about ourselves a little bit better. We can show a little bit more compassion and extend a little bit more grace for each other.
Exactly. And it's about, you know, I necessarily wasn't like looking for a big time period to just like chill. But
Yeah.
I feel that what's meant to come your way is meant to
Mm-hmm.
come your way. And I was meant to have this time to really just like harness my own creativity, but also learn a lot about myself. And I
Mm-hmm.
think with the quarantine, we've all been given ample amounts of time and we can use it. It's like anything in life. We can use it for good or we can use it for bad, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And we can turn this very scary time in all of our lives with the pandemic, we can turn it into a positive if we put out good messages out there and if we lift people up instead of just doing the normal internet thing and putting a comment out there and just saying,
Yeah.
verbally like throwing up and just putting it out there and making somebody feel bad,
Mm-hmm.
and that, because where does that get anybody at the end of the day?
It really doesn't get you anywhere, Nikki. I mean, it really doesn't. It just hurts feelings, and it's never cool to do that. And I don't know, hopefully the culture can progress to a point where we're able to just accept people, flaws and all. I mean, because damn it, the flaws are there. We're human beings. I mean, what do you expect? We're
Right.
gonna fail. We're gonna say the wrong thing. It's gonna get messy at times, but that's just all part of the human experience. And like I said, we have to be able to extend compassion and grace for each other. We cannot be so quick to cancel, each other. That's such a big thing that is happening now. We are so quick to cancel someone based off of an event or an incident or something that they said or something that you heard that might have not necessarily even been true, but now this person is canceled, because of it. And that the psychological effects of that are devastating. Honestly, they are devastating. And I know that if you've had some experience with the cancel culture, can you talk a little bit about what that's like? Because I've never been canceled. So I can only, sympathize, but I don't know what it really feels like.
Well, I think after Hairspray, I feel like the world, I've had an interesting experience with work and fame and such, but I think recently with the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
um, I did have a brush with this cancel culture, as we
Yeah.
say, and I was, and I have been watching, a lot of other celebrities being attempted to be canceled or whatever, and all I kept thinking was, my God, yes, things are said and things are done and but we all have to grow and we all have to learn from it and we have to, but that, like you said, it shouldn't, all of your hard work just based off of one rumor or something that you heard.
Yeah.
I mean, all of everything for the past 14 years that I've put into blood, sweat, and tears into this business, going off of hearsay
Mm-hmm.
and a comment on my Instagram page that was leading to death threats
Oof.
and death threats, bullying against. I mean, I was, it's interesting. I was also, I also came out this summer. It was a really
Yes.
like exciting time, and
Yes.
I was out and living my truth, and I was smiling freely, and it felt amazing.
Yeah.
And then, the comments started, and of course, as I was feeling great, I was also being called fat, and I was being called the other F word that is used against the LGBT community. And what I said to somebody, because they said to me, they're like, how are you dealing with this? Like, you must be like so high right now because you just came out and it's so exciting, but then you're also
Yeah.
getting like, all of this other
All
stuff. And they said, how do you deal with like the fat shaming? And I said, I believe
Mhm.
that whoever made me up, the person above, whoever made me up, built me with a strong enough heart and mind to know that all of this physical attributes, they're all going to go away someday. And
Absolutely.
we're all going to be remembered for the good work we do and the
Right.
impressions we leave on people's lives. We're not going to be
Mhm.
remembered for our size, whatever
Yep.
waist and our butt and our fabulous. No, no, no. We're going to be remembered for the good we do in the world. And
Yeah.
if we all just do that, whether it's taking poor situations that have happened in our past, but it's
Mhm.
using them to learn now and to just move forward. Because if
Yeah.
you stay stagnant in one place and you harp on something over and over again, you're never going to grow. Nobody's going to ever
Never.
grow from hearing your story.
Mhm.
You have to show them growth by growing yourself.
Yeah. And I think people have to be open to realizing that growth is also a part of the human experience. I know I keep bringing up the human experience, but it's just so important to keep repeating that because I think it's going over a lot of folks' head. Like people are starting to think like they are just holier than thou, that they are God themselves walking around, and it's not the case. it's
Yeah.
just,
Well, I mean,
it's not the case.
with social media, I've found, because when I was on, I would go on my friends' pages and, I see the way that like some people, the standards that they hold celebrities to. And I understand, we
Mm-hmm.
all have our favorite actors and our role models, and
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
mine, and, people that I idolize. But what I say to everybody is just don't hold people to standards that you wouldn't follow yourself because we're all human. We're all human.
Yes.
Just because we do movies and stuff or get to, it doesn't mean that we don't have feelings and we don't have
Yeah.
hearts and we don't cry at the end of the day. Because I can tell you, Neonna, I will be honest. I've spent most of June, tearing up over this on and off because it felt like such it was just such an emotional thing for me. But I feel that now coming back and sitting here with you and getting to chat, it just feels so good, and I'm just so ready to just
Woosah. Just let it all
exactly
go. I'm so happy and just piggybacking off of what you were just saying about growth, and not to get, please don't get me wrong, I absolutely feel like we have to hold ourselves accountable, for the mistakes that we make, for the things that we say that may have not have, come out, with the best, in the best light. The intention may have been pure, but it just didn't come out in the best light. Whatever the case may be, of course, we have to hold ourselves accountable, but also in the same token, we have to realize that, once we've held ourselves accountable, once we've addressed that mistake, we have the right to move on. We have the right to move on with our lives. We don't have to stay stuck in a certain place, and you also don't have to keep explaining the same thing over and over again. Either you, and it may sound a little harsh, a little brazen, either you accept the apology and my truth for what it is, or you don't and you stay stuck in that past. But I get to move forward. I get to move forward. I get to grow. I get to become a better version of myself based off of those past experiences. But hey, if you want to stay stuck, that's your prerogative. But I'm not.
right.
So, that being said, I just want to ask you, Nikki, just honestly, the situation that kind of came about, and it really threw me for a loop because it seemingly came out of nowhere. Like, who is even thinking about that right now? Especially at the timing of everything. You had just come out, I was so happy, and I'm still happy and thrilled for you because I think that is one of the most beautiful things when you can come out and freely live your truth. You are just living, you just, you can finally breathe, you can finally breathe, and that's such an amazing feeling. And then for it to kind of be, stamped out with this headline from like 10, 12 years ago, about an altercation that you got into with someone at an airport. She's also another celebrity, but all of the facts are kind of like, jumbled up and twisted. And it kind of seems like people began to form opinions without really hearing both sides. And I know it's not something you want to continue to talk about, but I say now that you're back and, you're here, is there anything about it that you want to address and just put in the grave for the last time?
Well, like you said about there's always, I feel that when you're doing an interview with somebody or when you're talking about an occurrence or something, it's very important to get both sides of the story. That's
You have to.
journalism like 101. And I've never taken journalism, but I'm just saying, like, come on. So,
Yes.
when this happened, there was somebody in the media who gave this girl a platform to speak, and I was not reached out to. I was not asked for a comment. And right there, that said to me that nobody wanted to hear my side of the story. Nobody wanted to. An opinion was formed, and that was it. And I feel that I've let it go over the years. I've moved on with my life, and as you said, it resurged and it came up during a very, very positive, happy time in my life. But it's something. This is what I said. I said I know I have healed from it. I don't have to. I said when a surgeon does open heart surgery, they don't keep cutting the wound open every 2 months to see if it's healed. They trust that it's going to heal. It's going to heal. You just have to keep doing the right things, taking care of it. And that's what I have been doing, taking care of my own heart during this whole situation. It hasn't been easy. It has been to get death threats, being horrible things said about your family, and having to worry about your family's safety. And that to me, I don't care. Yes, I'm an actor, but that acting isn't worth my family's life. I shouldn't have to worry about these things because this is what I choose to do for a living. You know what I mean? So I just feel like it was a very unfortunate situation that happened so long ago. Nobody won that day. We all lost. We all lost some type of feeling within ourselves or trust in other people. I don't know. But I do know that I learned so much about myself, my family's strength, because when you are put under an intense situation like that as a family, it can either bond you closer together or pull you apart. And I can sit here and tell you that we are a tighter family unit than we've ever been 12 years later. And and even when this came up, my family saw me crying over it. And their heart broke because they knew that I was so happy, but at the same time, now I was so sad, but at the same time, I also know that God only gives you as much as you can handle. And I am me, and I am going to take everything as it comes in life and always just try and turn whatever negative has happened into a positive.
Absolutely. And that's pretty much the best thing that you can do. So if at any point, let's say 2 years from now, this comes back up again, what do you think is the best way to go about it?
Oh, there is no way to go about it now because this is it. Like I think it's important for people to set boundaries and to say, I'm not going to talk about this anymore. I have addressed it now. And I think that's what I'm doing right now. I've said This issue has lived for 12 years. It has had a long enough span. It has been brought up. And
Mm-hmm.
now it's time because this is my, you know, I feel in my heart, it's my heart and my mind. It's time for this chapter to close. And
Mm-hmm.
I choose to move forward with my career and my movies. There are so much more wonderful, positive things that we could be talking about
Yeah.
and lifting each other up with. Let's just let it all go and let me move on, let her move on. We I wish her family well and I wish my family well and I
Yeah.
just say just let us all live our lives now and let me do
Yeah.
my thing because I don't know, like you said, either everybody gets on the train with you or, stays and girl, I'm always going to move forward. You know that. The SS
Gotta
launch is
keep
always
moving.
going to sail, my friend.
Yes. You have to keep moving forward. You have to keep moving forward. And just out of curiosity, was there ever a point in time where you and the other party had a conversation or came to any reconciliation or anything like that?
I've never spoken to her, ever.
Wow.
Because that day the incident happened, I was, I had some physical things happen to me, and
Hmm.
from there, I've never spoken to her. So this is why it's so strange because I don't even know her.
Like you guys don't
I
even have
and people are
any
like,
people.
"Oh, don't you hate her?" I said, "No, I can't hate her because I don't know her.
Hmm.
I don't have hate in my body. I don't hate people because normally somebody who tried to cause something in your life, people would maybe hate them. I don't because
Yeah.
I feel that maybe there's some type of something there that was I don't know that causes people who are stressed out or whatever to
Hmm.
who knows why we all do what we do every day.
Yeah.
But I just know in my heart that my heart is really full right now. And I just wish her the same feeling. And I wish everybody the same feeling, everybody around the world, because I know this pandemic has brought a lot of stress to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think if we all just channel it properly, my
Hmm.
grandmother used to say a couple things to me as a kid. My nan used to say, you treat people the way you want to be treated. And if you
Yep.
don't have anything nice to say, you don't say
Don't
anything
say
at
it at
all.
all. Hmm. That simple.
We all just listen to my nan, or
The world would be a better place.
yes, because and it's these little things that you learn when you're a kid that I learned at 8 years old that are here now and that
Hmm.
carry me through my life. And that's how I choose to live my life. I haven't always been treated with kindness, but I will not let it deter me from treating others with the utmost respect and kindness. Because as much as there are people who are going to try and come at you different ways in the world, there are good people out there too.
They're in your corner and they're rooting for you. And sometimes you can't always hear them because it seems like the nasty comments are louder or screaming louder, but you have to hone in on those people who are there for your support and who love you and care about you. I think that's really great. That's really great. And like you said, this is a time where we should be using the isolation to our advantage. You should not be wasting it on negative energy of any kind, whether it's nasty comments or gossiping or rumors or whatever it is. Like, please, for the love of God, don't waste this precious time that you have isolated to yourself, get to know yourself a little bit better. Like, stop worrying about, what the next person is doing, what the next person has got going on, and really channel all of that energy in here, and really focus. I know for me, at the start of COVID, when everything kind of first kicked off, I'm in Florida, so for us, it really started to impact us around March, April. I was really like going through it. Like I just in my personal life, career wise, I was just all over the place. I wasn't happy, and that's because I did not feel fulfilled in what I was supposed to be doing and what I knew is my purpose and my calling, and that's always journalism. You know, this is what I love. I've said since I was a child, I wanted to be a news anchor. Since I was a little girl, I wanted to be a news anchor. I knew I wanted to have my hand involved in journalistic hot somehow. But with working my day job, you know, I would definitely find myself just overwhelmed with boredom. And it just got to the point where I became miserable. And this was before COVID, but man, being in isolation really kicked it into like high drive. I'm like, I hate this. Like, this really sucks what I'm doing. I want to be doing something fun and meaningful with my life. Is this it forever? Like, you know, isolation and being in social distance makes you feel like, it just makes you think about a lot of things, you know, present and future. So I just got to a point where I was thinking, man, you know, is this it? This can't be it. So I reached out to a friend of mine who actually created a channel, a blog, a home for Black entertainment, for just urban film. It's for honestly Black entertainment, and it's not just for Black people. It's a source of Black entertainment. So if you want to enjoy something different, come on, check it out. So I reached out to my friend. His name is Jamar. Shout out to Jamar, creator of BlackCinemaNow. And I said, listen, you know me. You know I'm a bomb ass writer. Excuse my language. I'm a great writer. I have some stuff for you. Like, I'm ready to roll with you if you would have me. And he was thrilled. I mean, it was like I was an answer to prayer for him. He even told me, like, he's been waiting for me. Like, it was the most, honestly, it was a spiritual moment for both of us. You know, I came to him ready, and he told me, and he had been waiting for me. And so the two of us have just joined forces. And ever since, BlackCinemaNow has become like, it's grown legs, it's taken off. We have been able to accomplish so much in such a short time. BlackCinemaNow has been around for at least a good year and a half or so, almost about 2 years. And I joined the team, I would say, the summer of this year. And before I joined the team, we weren't doing interviews. It was simply articles, writing, and then just keeping our Instagram page updated. But when I joined the team, the creator of BlackCinemaNow, he saw something in me, and I'm so grateful. And he said, listen, you have the personality. We love you. We want you to start hosting interviews. Like, we're ready to head in a different direction, and we want you to join us. I, of course, was thrilled because, like I said, this is my dream. This is my passion. I was thrilled that he recognized something in me, and wanted to just, you know, roll with me. So I said all that to say, had it not been for me reflecting and realizing where I was mentally, realizing that I really wasn't happy, quarantine allowed me to slow down for a second and just, you know, I've just been doing this all year. And then being in isolation kind of helps you just to slow down and say, wait a minute, am I happy, you know, with what's going on in my life? Am I in a good place mentally? Am I, you know, healthy? A lot of things just came to light. And again, one of the major things for me was that my career, I wasn't happy in my career. So even though, you know, I still have my day job to keep me going, what I'm doing now, talking to you, this is it for me. This is my passion, and this is what I now consider my job, my career, and my day job that's like my side gig. Like, I look at that as like my side hustle just to keep my real hustle going. You know what I mean? So it's all about taking advantage of the opportunity and the time that we have right now.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been working at Starbucks. I've been very open about this, and
Mm-hmm.
I took 120-day leave during when the pandemic started. I said I need to write a book. You know,
Yeah.
like, and so you're right. You have to just take that time because you're right. It did slow down, and everybody kind of just started to settle into like a new norm. And
Mm-hmm.
I have found like I've put myself on a schedule and I get things done, and but it does get boring, but you have to find ways. And I mean, for
Right.
me, it's like you said with journalism, with you ever since you were a little kid, for me, it's music. I start my day with music. I end it with music. It plays all day long. And I think for me, it's finding those things that when the world is stressed out or when I'm stressed out or whatever, just going back to something that brings you to a simpler time. For me, it's always, I go to what my grandmother used to play me. She used to play me Patsy Cline when I was a kid.
Oh, that's classic.
And I could be having the most stressful day and I could put Patsy on and everything goes away for a couple minutes. And I think if we all just like try and do that once a day,
Yeah.
find a song or just escape somewhere, whether it's some type of meditation, yoga, just because I know it's been an unsettling summer for me, and I know that I had to give myself some things just to stay, and but like you said, being here with you and talking to you and getting back in the game, it feels so good because I truly love doing this podcast. I love talking to people. I love hearing their stories. I love hearing, what drives them. And I've always found your story so special. And when you interviewed me, there was just such a spark and I just find such like a passion in you that I feel in myself for what we do. And I wanted to just talk with you today because I knew you see me. And
Yeah,
I feel
absolutely.
like in this business, people see a name or an actor, but it's rare that people take the time to truly get to know the artist or the person. And you've done that, and I can't thank you enough.
Nikki, that means so much to me. You literally like gave me chills just now because honestly, that means so much to me. It really does because that's literally how I feel. I definitely feel like you and I connected that day when we had our interview and it was on a genuine, authentic level. It wasn't even just for the sake of the interview. Like you were like here, with it. And it was special. It was such a special day because that was my birthday. It was Juneteenth. There was a lot going on that day. It was so, so, so special. And just that energy that we brought to the interview, I think it was amazing. And I'm so glad that we connected. I'm so glad that you're now part of my life. Like you're my girl. You're my girl.
You can't stop the Blonsky beat and the Neonna beat. We're here.
We are in there, honey. Seriously though, on a whole nother note, it's so special and it's such an honor to know you really because like I said, it's just so surreal because I grew up on you. I feel like I was 17 years old when Hairspray hit the scene. I'm up there now. I'm not gonna reveal my age, but I'm up there now. And for me to have met you and to have, been able to chat with you and for you to be so down to earth, it's so incredible. It's so special. So thank you. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you.
I thank you for letting me be myself because, I've playing Tracy was like the greatest blessing in the world. But I think now I'm more Nikki than ever. And I think it's interesting to see like who's down with that and who's like, what's going on? Like and I'm very much unapologetically myself and living just my life. And I think that's what I've noticed. Once you start like saying, this is me and this is what I'm going to do, then
things just sort of start to fall into place.
yes, as performers, we care about other people's opinions. We can't, that's our job. Like, we want to please people and make great movies for them. But I had to learn the difference between, like, yes, making movies, but then this is also my personal life and I deserve to be happy. And trial by Twitter doesn't make me happy, and canceling of celebrities doesn't make me happy. So I'm just going to say it now. The canceling is over. It's canceled. Enough already. Enough.
Canceling the cancel. 2020.
Canceling of the canceling. It's done. It's just sometimes you just gotta carry on, my wayward son, as the boys in Supernatural say. I mean, you have to. And it's been and scary part is the summer's not even over yet.
It's not over. Can you believe that?
I know. I'm sitting here going, look at this, just praying. I'm like,
What's
okay,
next?
I know. I'm like, can we just
Do
make
you
it?
remember the murder hornets? I don't know where those went, but those were a thing at a point. I mean, I don't know. This is just 2020 is just getting weird. It's getting crazy.
I know. I know. You know it's getting intense when there's like murderous bugs out there. That's a whole other like what I
Oh, yeah. No, it's been crazy. But gosh, I do want to thank you for this opportunity to sit down with you again. It's just been so humbling. You said something that just a few moments ago, I just want to piggyback off of. You said how once you decided to, focus on what it was that you wanted for yourself, things just started to line up. And I so relate to that because like I was kind of sharing my story about joining the Black Cinema Now team. Once I made that decision in my mind, okay, I'm not happy. I want to change. I want to go after what's been placed in my heart to do. I want to go after, what I'm passionate about. When I really, honestly, like made that decision, and even though I had been saying it for years that this is what I want to do, I really made a decision in my brain this summer to go for it 100%. It does not matter what I have or what I don't have. I'm giving it all that I got. I would always catch myself saying, well, I don't have an iPhone right now, so I can't record. I don't have a laptop right now, so I can't do anything, Or my son, I have a 6-year-old, just my only baby boy. My son, he's actually autistic. So he does require a lot of my assistance with some things. And so that was another clutch that I used. Well, I can't get into this right now because my son, he really needs me. But honestly, I had a spiritual awakening, I guess you can say, where I swear it was right as quarantine hit. And I realized God has given me all the tools that I have inside of me. I don't need an iPhone. I don't need a laptop. And honestly, my son needs to see me go after my dreams. He needs to see that it's possible in the face of whatever. It's possible. So I said, before I got an iPhone, before I got a laptop, God, it's me and you. You put this gift, you put this talent on the inside of me. Help me, help me. Help me. And so he did. The Bible says, and if you believe the Bible or not, that's completely fine. I respect it. But just based on my faith, personally, the Bible says faith without works is dead. And I've been saying for years, I want to do this. I want to do this. But I wasn't putting any type of effort or work into it. I was just making excuses as to why I couldn't get it off the ground. But when I finally stepped out on faith and I finally said, okay, God, I got the talent. I'm ready. And I went for it. My God, the doors have been opening left and right. Like it's just been phenomenal. And on top of that, I haven't missed a beat with my son. It's just everything has flowed. I've just found grace in so many areas. Like it hasn't been hard. And that I swear it's because God, his super has met my natural. And now we're just operating supernaturally together. And it's been a blessing. So again, I just want to thank you for this opportunity because I feel like this is part of my testimony, is part of my journey.
Well, that means a lot. And I have to tell you, it's extremely commendable when you decide to take that leap because I personally did that as well this summer. I was saying, oh, I'm not getting the auditions or with whatever that I like. And I was like, you know what? No, you're just going to write a script. How about that? And
How about that?
I've never written a script before. And I'm writing one now. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm having a great time. And I'm working on other things. And when you're creatively fulfilled, your heart is alive, and that's all we could ask for.
It's an amazing feeling. Every day I wake up happy. I wake up feeling like I get to do what I love. And it's the best feeling. So I say to anyone who's listening and watching us right now, just step out on faith, stop making excuses because ultimately that's what they are. They're excuses. They're things that you're telling yourself that they aren't true. Just start with where you are.
And there's going to be curveballs and there are going to be hard days but you have to remember that for all the hard days, there are ones that you've had that are amazing that make up for it, and ones that are coming that are gonna just knock your socks
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You gotta go for it. So
off.
yeah, step out on faith. Go for it. What was that, Nikki? I'm sorry.
I adore you.
I adore you too. It's been such an awesome connection. Like I said, you're my girl. You're my girl for real.
Always, always and forever.
Always and forever. And I'm so glad that you sat down and we spoke today and you were able to get candid a little bit and just get some of that stuff off of your chest. And it's so good to have you back with us. You know, it really is.
It feels
I
good
hope
to
that we
be
can see you
back.
more on social.
I know. I'm gonna make my way back to socials eventually. But I've actually, if I'm being honest, I've been enjoying being off. But I'm gonna pop on, and of course, my accounts are all active, and I'm looking forward to chatting with my friends in my DMs that, I have, when this all happened, I felt awful because I had friends in other countries that I was checking up on, and then when I had to, when I left social, I was like, I can't check up with my friends in
Yeah.
London, because, I was heartbroken, but now I'll get to do that again, and I'm really glad to be back, and Nikki Nights is back. Here we are,
Nikki
Neonna.
Nights. Nikki Nights in the house. Hey, hey. Make sure you guys tune in. I love Nikki Nights. I'm so glad it's back. And I can't believe I'm sitting here as a guest and I've been listening to Nikki Nights. Again, that's just part of my little journey testimony over here that I got working on. But man, it's
Well,
so
I
glad to have you
wouldn't have
back.
wanted to have anybody by my side for the big comeback episode.
You are amazing. You are amazing. So I cannot wait to see what's in store for you, Nikki. I know you're working on your script, and I think that's commendable. That is so commendable. If you're auditioning or if you're feeling like, I'm just not finding the role, create it. Create it for yourself. And not just in the world of acting, but with anything. With anything. If there's something that you're doing and you can't seem to find the opportunities anywhere, then you create the opportunities for yourself. You put yourself out there. That's commendable for sure. For sure.
Thank you.
Nikki, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. I'll see you soon, my friend.
Much love, much kisses. Please stay safe. I love you and we'll talk again soon.
I love you too. Be well. Oh, I adore her. Neonna, thank you. This was a chat that I can honestly say I was like a little apprehensive about having because it's, you never want to talk about certain things that maybe make, a happy day maybe a little like off or whatever. And this topic has been around for a while, but I'm glad now that it is finally put to bed. And thank you, Neonna, for supporting me through this comeback episode and being there with me and my friend and hearing me and listening to me and having faith in me. And I just adore you all for supporting me and for knowing my heart, because I know that the people who know me and even the Hairspray fans, and that that my heart is my heart and it's pure, and I love you all, and I'm wishing you all well. I hope you hang in there with us for the rest of the summer, because we have some incredible guests lined up, and Neonna just kicked us off. So thank you, my friend. You're an incredible journalist, but you are an inspiring woman, and I respect you immensely. So I will see you all soon. I love you all, and I'll be back tomorrow.